Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Today I will discuss the chapter 4, Project Integration Management. Learning Objectives. Describe an overall framework project integration management as it relates to other project knowledge areas and the project life cycle. Discuss the strategic planning process and apply different project section methods. Explain the importance of creating project chartered to formally initiate projects. Apply the principles of knowledge management to the various aspects of project integration. Describe the process of monitoring and controlling a project. Describe how software can assist in project integration management. Discuss consideration for agile or adaptive environment. So, what is project integration management? Project managers must coordinate all the other knowledge areas throughout a project life cycle. Many new project managers struggle with the big picture because they came from technical or specialized roles. They are used to holding specific tasks like coding, designing, writing, and etc. So when they manage a project, they often dive deep into detail instead of stepping back to see how all the parts fit together. But project management is about coordination, prioritize, and outcomes, not doing all the small tasks yourself. Project integration management is not the same thing as software integration because project integration management is managing and aligning the entire project, and the software integration is connecting different software components to function as one system. So, this is the main processes of project integration management. First is developing the project charter. Second, developing the project management plan. Third is directing and managing project work. Fourth is monitoring and controlling project work. And the fifth is performing integrated change control. And the sixth is closing the project or phase. Project integration management is the processes of making sure all parts of the project, like scope, time, cost, quality, people, risk, and etc., work together in harmony. It's like the control center of project management. This chart showed 7 case processes under project integration management. First is develop project charter. Purpose officially start the project. Inputs, business case, agreements, and organization info. Tools is expert judgment, data gathering, and meetings. And outputs, project charter, the document that authorize the project. And the example of that is hospital board sign a document to approve construction of a new wing. Second, develop project management plan. Purpose create the master plan for how the project will be executed, monitored, and closed. The inputs, charter, other plans, organizational rules. And the tools, expert judgment, data gathering, and meetings. And the outputs, project management plan, like scope, schedule, cost, risk, communication, and etc. The example of that, a project manager draft the timeline, assign tasks, and set reporting methods. And the third is direct and manage project work. Purpose actually do the work defined in the plan. The inputs, project plan documents, approved changes. And the tools, expert judgment, project management tools. The outputs, deliverables, progress reports, issues logs. Example, teams start coding, building, or installing equipment. The fourth is manage project knowledge. The purpose, capture and share knowledge for better decision making. Inputs, plans, documents, lesson learned. The tools, knowledge management system, expert input. The outputs, lesson learned, register, updates to the project documents. An example of that, software team documents a coding shortcut that save time for a future use. And the fifth, monitor and control project work. Purpose, track project progress and make sure it stay on track. Inputs, plan, performance reports and agreements. Tools, data analysis and expert judgment. The outputs, performance reports, updates, change requests. And the example of that a project manager sees the project is behind schedule and purpose adjustment. And the sixth, perform integrated change control. Purpose, evaluate and approve or reject changes. Inputs, change requests, project plans, and performance reports. And the tools, expert judgment and decision making. And the outputs, approve changes and update plans. Example, a client requests new features. The change control board decide whether to accept them. The last is close project or phase. Purpose, officially complete and close the project. Inputs, charter, plan, deliverables, and agreements. The tools, expert judgment and meetings. Outputs, final report, lesson learned, product or service. Handed over. Example, the hospital wing is finished, inspected, accepted, and officially handed over. So, what went wrong? Making sure people are paid is crucial to employee satisfaction. When a payroll system project doesn't work, it is a disaster. Phoenix System Project Goal: reduce payroll, process overhead, and staffing cost. USAP Unix System Project Goal is to build a reliable, efficient, and modern system that replaces old methods, reduce problems, and helps the organization work better. One of the most government-managed IT implementation ever. Civil servants paid through the system have been underpaid, overpaid, or not paid at all since its rollout began. Strategic planning and project section. Strategic planning involves determining long term objectives. First, analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of an organization. Second, studying opportunities and threats in the business environment. Third, predicting future trends. When we say predicting future trends, it means using current data, patterns, and knowledge to make an evaluated guess about what is likely to happen in the future. These trends could be a technology, business, economy, fashion, education, or even social behavior. Projecting the need for new products and services. SWOT analysis or SWOT. S is for strengths, W is for weaknesses, O is for opportunities, and T is for traits. S is for strength. Strength, what you are good at, advantage, resources, and skills. Tapos, ang W naman is weaknesses. Weaknesses, what you lack or need to improve. Then, O is for opportunities. Opportunities is external chance that you can use to grow or succeed. Tapos, ang last naman is T. T is for threats. Threat is for external challenges or risks that could cause problem. This diagram shows how SWOT helps in deciding what project to pursue. For example, their strengths, skills, contacts, and opportunities, industry growth, and conference suggest they should try for new projects. But they must also handle weaknesses like no website, limited funds, and be aware of threats like competition and high risk. In short, the mind map helps the company see where they stand and what advantages to use and what problems to fix before launching new projects. This pyramid it shows the planning process for selecting IT project, structured as a pyramid with four stages, from top to bottom, We have here four stages of information technology planning stage. First is information technology strategy planning, and the result produced is to tie information technology strategy to mission and vision of organization, identify key business areas. Second is business area analysis. Document key business processes that could be benefits from information technology. Project planning. Define potential projects. Define project scope, benefits, and constraints. Last is resource allocation. Select information technology projects and assign resources. Gimpapakita ni dinhi na pyramid na kung paano pagkasunod-sunodhan proseso para ma-ensure ang mga projects na diri basta-basta na chosen randomly la, but instead carefully aligned with companies para maging maayos ang process han negosyo, like clearly planned and properly resourced. Best practice, meaning example of how successful companies use technology, design, and innovation to gain an advantage over their competitors. In 2017, Fortune released their Business by Design list, highlighting the 24 companies they believe are using technology and globalization to find their competitive advantage. First is Apple, is a famous for great design and learning to think different. Second is Dyson, robotics and artificial intelligence research. Third is Samsung, budget brand, and last is Capital One. Is reinvented itself as software company and innovation incubator. So when we say incubator is an organization or program that supports new businesses, ideas, and ventures. So these companies are highlighted because they use technology, design, and globalization in unique ways to stand out to succeed in their industries. Methods for selecting project. So when a company has many possible projects, they can do all them at once. They have to choose the best ones. That's why they use methods for selecting projects. It's like focusing on board organizational needs and categorizing information technology projects and performing net present value of other financial analysis and using a weighted scoring model and implementing a balanced scorecard. So, in short, these methods help companies narrow down and prioritize projects so they invest resources in the ones that will bring the most value. Next is net present value analysis. Method of calculating the expected net monetary gain or loss from a project by discounting all expected future cash inflows and outflows to the present point in the time. Projects with a positive NPV should be considered if financial value is a key criterion. Projects with higher NPVs are preferred. Sunod naman is developing a project management plan. Document used to coordinate all project planning documents and help guide to projects execution and control. Plans created to other knowledge areas are subsidiary parts of the overall project management plan. These are common elements of a project management plan. First is introduction or overview of the project. Is a summary of what the project is about, its goals and purpose. Second is description of how the project is organized. It defines the team structure, roles, and responsibilities. Third is management and technical processes used on the project. It, it explains how the project will be managed and the methods or tools that will be used. The fourth is work to be done. It outlines the scope, what tasks or deliverables are accepted. Next one is schedule and budget information. It includes the project timeline, when tasks will be done, and cost estimate. Last one is reference to other project planning documents. Is a link or mentions detailed plans created for specific areas like rest plan, communication plan, and etc. In short, the project management plan is a big picture guidebook for the entire project, making sure everything is clear, connected, and properly controlled. Using guidelines to create project management plans. This table sample of context for the IEE Software Project Management Plan or SPMP. So this table shows the structure of a complete project's management plan. Each section ensures that all aspects from goals and organization to execution, quality and risk are properly planned and documented. So we have here major section headings. We have overview. The section topic is purpose, scope, and objectives, assumptions and constraints, project deliverables, schedule and budget summary, evaluation of the plan, project organization. The section topic is external interfaces, internal structure, roles and responsibilities. Next one is managerial process plan. Startup plans, estimation, staffing, resource acquisition, and project staff training plans. Work plan, work activities, schedule, resource, and budget. Location, control plan, risk management plan, closed out plan. And next is technical process plan. Process model, methods, tools and techniques, infrastructure plan, project acceptance plan. Last is supporting process plans. Is a configuration management plan, verification and validation plan, documentation plan, quality assurance plan, reviews and audits, project resolution plan, and subcontractor management plan and process improvement plan. Directing and managing project work involves managing and performing the work described in the project management plan. The majority of time and money is usually spent on execution. The application area of the project directly affects project execution. Products of the project are produced during the execution phase. The project manager needs to focus on leading the project team and managing stakeholders' relationships to execute the project management plan successfully. Project resource management, communication management, and stakeholder management are crucial to a project success. So, this directing and managing project work is a leading the term to perform tasks, use resources effectively, and produce the project deliverables while maintaining a good stakeholder relationships. Next is coordinating planning and execution. Project planning and execution are intertwined and inseparable activities. The main function of creating a project management plan is to guide project execution. Those who will do the work should help to plan the work. All project personnel need to develop both planning and executing skills, and they need experience in these areas. So, when we say coordinating planning and execution, must work hard in hand. A good plan guides execution, and involving the people who will execute ensures realistic, achievable plans over time everyone in the project in the both planning and execution. Next is providing strong leadership and a supportive culture. Project managers must lead by example. Demonstrate the importance of creating and then follow good project plans and following them in a project execution. In short, a good project manager doesn't just tell others what to do, they model the right behavior. Next one is the organizational culture can be help project execution. First is providing guidelines and templates. Second is tracking performance based on plans. So, organizational culture support execution. This is when the culture encourage planning, accountability, and transparency. Projects are executed more smoothly. And project managers may still need to break the rules to meet project goals. Senior managers must support those actions. For this to work, senior managers must support the project manager's decisions. Otherwise, the PMS risks conflict or failure.